I'm bored and have nothing to do, so here's a quick story about some adventure that happened in high school. Not to me, but to my brother. My brother is... my brother. Ah! What a character. He was a bit of an idiot in high school. Holy shit. He got into trouble all the time, but that's not the point of the story. The point of the story is his inaugural attempt at being a delinquent. The first of many things that ended up fucking him over in the behavioral department. He went for the tried and tested method of getting into trouble by skipping school, as everyone does. Wagging, if you will, if you're in Australia, because our country's fucking ridiculous, whatever. My brother and his friend decided to skip school one morning, and they told me, they were like, bro, not because I'm his brother, because he unironically uses the word bro. I was like, bro, we're gonna skip school today. And because I was like the goody two-shoes, I'm like, what are you doing? What do you mean? Why are you gonna skip school? Why would you skip school? How will you learn? How are you going to learn about mathematics and world history? He doesn't give a shit. In retrospect, neither did I, but you know, it was the principle of the thing. But no, they told me their plan. His friend was going to come over to our house, and then they were going to go to school together, but they weren't going to go to school. They were going to go in the direction of school, and then hide for a while, until our parents went to work. So they bid our parents goodbye. I was already gone by this point. I wasn't going to have any of this shit. Plausible deniability, I don't want to get caught. I don't want any of this. I'm just not going to do it. So I didn't actually know how it went until the next time I saw my brother, which was recess that same day. So I asked him, like, hey, what are you doing here? And he goes, bro. Like, he was embarrassed. And then he tells me what happened, and holy shit. He and his friend were spending the day in the games room, in the computer room, playing racing games on his Xbox or something, and they hear a noise. My brother, the friggin' absolute genius he is, forgot that our dad comes home for lunch. So our dad pulls up in the driveway and they hear him arrive and they go, I'm assuming that's what they did, that's what I would have done. They get out of the room and then they run. Where did they run? They run to my brother's room on the other side of the house. They don't go to my room, which is literally the room next to them, where they could hide. No, they decided to run to the room directly next to the front door to hide. They get into my brother's room. He gets his friend into the cupboard. Like, he pushes him into the cupboard to hide. This friggin' 14-year-old Australian child who, like, thinks he's hot shit, who can skip school and not get caught, hiding in his friend's cupboard from his dad. I fucking love it. My brother, though, he doesn't also hide in the cupboard. I don't know why he doesn't hide in the cupboard. There was probably enough room. There was probably enough room for them both to fit in. He just closes the cupboard and then he looks around for a hiding spot. My brother's bed was not very high off the ground, so there was no chance of him hiding under there. I can't remember if he tried. I hope he tried. I hope he tried to hide under his freaking bed and found he couldn't. I'd like to imagine, but I don't know. I don't know. Like, again, they could have gone into my room. My bed is like a meter off the ground or some shit. My bed was able to be hidden under. It would have been so easy, but no, he doesn't. What he does is that he looks around his room for a hiding spot, standing in the middle of the room, looking around when our dad comes home and walks past and sees him. They freeze. My dad is looking at my brother is looking at my dad. They are in my brother's room and it is still first fucking period. Our dad just goes, who else is here? And the cupboard just opens. My brother's tiny friend steps out, not even looking him in the eye, just looking at the floor, just like hella fucking guilty. Again, I wasn't there, but I'm assuming this is how it went. How could it not? And my dad looks at the two. Go to school. And my brother's like, yes, dad. And then they do. And they go. Like, go back to school. I don't know if they, like, re-entered the class they were meant to be in and said they were late, or they waited until the next one and just slipped into the group of students going to the next class, hoping no one would notice. I don't know how that went down. I only know that the first time my brother tries to do something cool or edgy or rebellious, he was already back at school by recess. And I don't know how many times he ended up getting into trouble after school. I don't know how many times he tried to skip school again, because I will only ever remember the first time he tried it and fucked it up that badly. Good lord.